Hello and welcome to Matthew Gardens the Globe. This is episode 1. Stay with me to learn some stuff about orchards. Alright, so here we are looking at a tree. And what you're going to notice about this tree is it's half dead. We've got a big branch over here on the left that's alive, but the full right hand side and more than 70% of this tree has died. One of the main reasons for this is the mulch layer has been piled up like a snow cone or an igloo right up against the base of the tree. And over time, the same fungi that chew on wood mulch chewed on the wood on the tree and made this tree susceptible. So what I've done is I've gone out and moved the mulch layer farther out. But it's created a secondary problem, and let me show you what that is. This is what we want to end up with. This is a nice apple tree. It's not very affected by the problem here. But this is what we have. The mow crew that comes in and mows this grass is just have a terrible time with my mulch layer that I put out. I want the mulch to be further out. And look at the weeds. The broad leaves in close, the dandelions, the tall fescue. It's just a mess. So let's help them out. Here's how. First thing you're going to do is get a weed whip and some heavy line. And you're going to want to come down to the base. This is another apple tree, recently renovated. Took about 60% of the top out. And what you're going to want to do is make a vertical line just outside the mulch. And let's just follow it around. It's not too deep. It's basically just giving you a guideline. Okay? So that's step 1. And you're going to want to do this with the weed whip upside down. Some weed whips won't do that. The hooked weed whips, you want a straight angle weed whip, much like this one. Okay, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to go over and with the weed whip on regular tilt, is we're basically going to scalp around the original circle that we created and create a very flat grass. Okay, you can see how I've just scalped away. Now I've left the mess in the middle, but it's not as messy as you'd think. What I did ahead of time is I came in and I put in some clover. This is some Dutch white clover from seed that I put in here, and it's going to fill in around this base and help with some nitrogen fixing. I got some weeds here. That's not too bad. I'll pull a few, and I got some grass left over. I'll handle that later. Okay, step 3 is to come in with the weed whip inside the outside ring that you scalped down, and you're basically going to take the weed whip and cut everything very low. Now, the last step, and this depends on your time and your energy level, would be to come in and hand weed the unwanted broadleaves like the dandelion and the others, and maybe come in and take the fescue out. You can do that by hand. You can do it chemically too, but in an organic operation, you probably won't do that. So that's the whole thing here. Episode 1 of Matthew Gardens the Globe. I hope this helps you with your orchard garden activities. Remember, the mulch is not meant to be a snow cone against the base of the tree. As the tree grows, you want more of this mulch to be out along the drip line. Well, look at the drip line on this tree. It's at least 3 feet out from the base of where the mulch is right now. All right? Enjoy and plant it forward. Good night.